Hi, I'm Mike, and today I'm going to be installing an electric bidet seat. Now, there's a couple different types of these. This is a self-contained unit which includes the seat. The other type of aftermarket bidet is one that slides in underneath the existing seat and just contains the water feature. Either way, they're pretty easy to install. So anytime I'm working on a toilet, I always put on the gloves. This toilet looks really clean, but I'll tell you, if I put a black light on it, all bets are off. It would be disgusting. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn the water off, rotate that clockwise, and flush the toilet. That's going to remove the water out of the tank, or most of it. So for this all-in-one seat, I need to completely remove the seat, and so we need to get access to the bolts. There is a little skinny little cover like that on each one of these bolts, and unbelievable, an Allen head, unbelievable. They couldn't make it easy and just make it a standard screwdriver or Phillips. Okay, so I may not need to get an Allen wrench if these cooperate. And of course, they won't. Usually there's some hand finger holds on this, and these don't have them. So I need to go and find an Allen wrench that's going to fit. Otherwise I have to cut them off. Okay, the bolts are out. And that is why you wear gloves. Okay, you're looking at the underside of the toilet, and I'm going to put a towel here because I'm going to dribble a little water. The wire is off here. We're going to disconnect the supply line from the underside of the tank here, and you shouldn't have to use any tools on this. This is all plastic stuff, and this unscrews very easily. And when I pop it down, there comes some water. Not a lot, but enough to get my hand wet. Now on the inside of this is a conical washer, a black washer right there, and they give you a little T. So this little T part intercepts this supply line like so, and then gets connected to the underside of the tank like so. And then the water supply line for the bidet tees off of this nipple there and goes into the seat. If yours does not have a seat, if you have the kind where it just fits underneath the existing seat, it's going to attach the same way. And there will be some similar device to do that. So it doesn't call for any tape, any plumber's tape at all. This heavy metal part is going to compress against that conical washer. And I do really expect this to leak a little bit. I never tighten it up. These are all plastic parts. Now I'm mating a plastic part to this heavy duty metal part, so I don't really want to put a lot of pressure on it because it could damage it, and then I end up replacing the supply line, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, so that's all there pretty snug. And so the top of this spins freely, and it's got the same black washer in it like that this part had, and I'm just going to mate it to the underside here. Now the only question is, which direction do we mount this to? The water supply line is going to connect right about to here. So I think that we ought to orient it towards the front of the toilet. And you can see my supply line is probably too long for this. And I think the supply line that they give you to mate to the seat is also too long. So I don't know, at some point I may decide to clean it up and just get shorter water lines. So I'm just going to tighten this by hand, no tools, and we're not going to turn it on yet until everything is all connected. Okay, well, I'm not super happy with the way this metal connected to the fill valve on the underside of the tank. It just feels like there's a little play in it. I'm a little nervous about crushing it down with a wrench, so I'm going to leave it snug, but kind of expecting a leak at the end. That way I can give it a quarter turn and hopefully that'll do that. Okay, so next they give you this supply line that goes from this adapter to the actual seat. Metal side gets connected to metal, and that's just a hand tighten. All right, well, the next thing we're going to work on putting the seat together, and they give you these little rubber bushings with these bolts that go through. These go through the holes here in the toilet. They may not go through very easily, but if they don't, we can put a little liquid soap on them or whatever. That one's okay. This will be the same, I'm sure. Okay, now we're going to just remove the screws since those are all in. Okay, next they give you a cool little template to make sure that the bracket that we're going to mount this to, which looks like this and will sit in this little square, is oriented the correct way and is in the right location. Now it may be that we have to take this off and move it, you know, but what they do is they give you these little, that's for the squirter, and this is for the dryer. This has a little blow dryer in there, I guess. So we're going to put that there. These need to be free, so this will sit in the middle there. This moves around a lot in case you didn't notice. And these are the brackets. They're U-shaped. They sit in that little box. And the screw goes like so. I think what I will do is tighten that down reasonably well so it's not flopping all over the place, and then put the other one in. Alright, so I've got these snug down. I didn't crush them down. There's no reason to. I mean, this is porcelain or vitreous china, and those rubber balls underneath, these washers, crumple up and provide a lot of pressure on there. So those are in. I'm going to just take this off, and now it's time to put the seat on and kind of slide it back, and that should hold it. If I'm really lucky, I won't need to remove it and adjust it again, but we'll see about that. Okay, so here's the back of the toilet. We've got these two slots here that should mate with these two slots here. Okay, that's a good sound. Okay, so what's important here is to make sure that there is not any overhang on either side or off the front, or that it's not too far back. And I mean, honestly, everything looks good. These little feet here, right here, those four, they are contacting the bowl, which is what we should have. Okay, so the last water connection is from the wall to the seat. And you know, there's just never enough room to work in here. Yeah, look how ugly that is. It kind of stretches out like that. That's gross. Okay, so I'm ready to turn the water on, and like I said before, I think if I'm going to have a leak, it's going to be from this top part right here. This is a quarter turn, which means it's not gradual at all. It goes from 0 to 200 miles an hour in a half of a heartbeat. So I'm going to try to turn it on slowly so I don't have a mess, but yeah, you never know. Here it goes. Yep, there it is. It's leaking all over the place. Okay, it's right there as I expected, so I need to take that off and kind of refit that thing. Okay, so I totally took this apart and took this adapter off, and I think that what has happened is this is a stout piece of metal here, and I think this metal has cross-threaded on the bottom of that fill valve, and it won't stop the leak. So I fortunately have another fill valve out in my garage. I'm going to replace this, drain the water, put a new one in, and instead of putting this on after I connect the supply into the bottom, I'm going to put this on first so that I know it is not cross-threaded and it has a nice tight seal. All right, the new fill valve is in. I'm going to try to gently screw this metal piece back onto the plastic. Okay, there is the metal piece onto the new plastic fill valve. It's nice and tight. Before, this was just kind of sloppy. Now we're just going to go back and do what should have been the very first step, which is connecting the supply line to this metal part, this adapter. And then finally, this last supply line to the seat. I've not used any tools on these. I do expect a slow drip, but not a gusher. Nice and tight. I do have a little water down here. Good thing I got the towel. Okay, we're going to try the water on again very slowly. See how bad of a leak we get. Now the bowl is empty, so you're going to hear water enter that bowl It's not like it's going to stop. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and just see if we have any pressurized leaks. Doesn't look like it. Okay, next we plug it in. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this is a Tushy brand Cloud Plus, and it's got about, this is the remote with it. Yeah, a remote. You heard me right. It's got more buttons on it than I think my TV remote has. Anyway, you can do anything with this. Actually, you can see the light, the night light is on, like that. And then there's all kinds of temperature settings. That's, I think, for water. That's for air. And honestly, I'm not sure what that one is. I have to read the manual. But there's a whole lot of stuff in this. Oh yeah, there's a position. You can aim it at certain areas. I'm trying to be cautious about what I say here. And then there's pressure. You can have a mist or a stream, apparently. Okay, so that is apparently cleaning the jets. I put my hand on the seat and it started doing that, and the seat is warm. How funny. This is so stupid. This is funny. I was gonna say stupid, but I guess it's not stupid. It's kind of cool, but whatever. Yeah, it looks like it works. I just don't want to sit down and have this thing go at me on camera. So we'll see what we can work out here. You know what's kind of funny and scary is I sat down on this thing fully clothed just to see if something would happen, and it started happening. It started running water out of that little funnel thing to clean it out, I guess. It does it every time. But I didn't want to wait around and see what else was going to happen with hot water and such. But looks like it works. I just have to get a victim to try it out. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.